Maya's hands shook on the steering wheel. Blood dripped from her temple into her left eye. She wiped it away with the back of her hand, smearing red across her vision. Her bare feet pressed the accelerator harder. 60 miles per hour. 70. 80. The city blurred past. Streetlights. Empty intersections. The dashboard clock read 2:47 a.m. You're nothing. You hear me? Nothing. Marcus's voice echoed in her skull, his hands around her throat. The way his eyes had gone completely dead when he squeezed. Like he was watching something break that he'd grown tired of. She'd grabbed the bedside lamp. Heavy brass. Swung it with everything she had. Connected with his temple. He'd dropped. She didn't wait to see if he'd get back up. Keys. That was all she'd thought. Keys and run. No shoes. No phone. No plan. Just the silk pajamas she'd been sleeping in, and the car keys clutched so tight they'd cut into her palm. She didn't know where she was going. Away. That was the only destination that mattered. Away from Marcus. Away from the house. Away from 6 years of, I'm sorry baby, it won't happen again, and, you know I love you, and why do you make me do this? The warehouse district materialized ahead. Dark. Industrial. Abandoned at this hour. She could hide here. Figure out what to do. Where to go. Who to call. Except she had no one to call. Marcus had made sure of that years ago. Slowly. Carefully. One friend at a time. One family member at a time. Until Maya's world had shrunk to just him and the walls of their perfect house in their perfect neighborhood where no one could hear her scream. She turned hard. Too hard. The car fishtailed. She overcorrected. Saw the warehouse door too late. The crash was thunder and lightning, and the end of the world all at once. Metal screamed. Glass exploded in every direction. The airbag punched her chest hard enough to crack ribs. The seatbelt locked. Held. Kept her from flying through the windshield. Then everything stopped. Silence. Just the hiss of the radiator and the ringing in her ears. Smoke. The acrid smell of burning rubber and deployed airbags. Maya sat there. Stunned. Bleeding. Trying to remember how to breathe. Then she heard voices. Men. Multiple. Angry. Her door was jammed. She shoved against it with her shoulder. Once. Twice. It gave way with a shriek of twisted metal. She stumbled out. Glass crunched under her bare feet. She didn't feel it. Shock. Adrenaline. Terror. The warehouse was enormous. High ceilings. Industrial lights casting harsh shadows. And everywhere men. At least 8 of them. All staring at her. All armed. In the center of it all stood a man in an expensive suit. 3-piece. Perfectly tailored. Dark hair slicked back. Strong jaw. And in his right hand a gun. At his feet lay a body. Fresh blood pooling on concrete. Maya's breath stopped in her chest. She'd just crashed into an execution. The universe had a sick sense of humor. Escaping one monster only to run straight into another. Was this how her story ended? 28 years old. Dead in a warehouse. No one would even know she was missing until Marcus decided to file a report. Who the fuck? One of the armed men started. The man in the suit raised his left hand. Just a slight movement. But every voice in the warehouse died instantly. He looked at Maya. Really looked. His eyes traveled from her face to her bare feet. Taking in the blood on her temple. The torn pajamas. The way she was shaking so hard her teeth chattered. The absolute terror in her eyes. Everyone out, he said. His voice was quiet. Controlled. The kind of quiet that was more dangerous than shouting. Boss, we haven't finished cleaning. I set out. The men exchanged glances.
Now!
But they moved. Quickly. Efficiently. 2 of them grabbed the body. Others collected shell casings. Evidence. In under 3 minutes, the warehouse was empty except for Maya and the man with the gun. He still hadn't lowered it. Hadn't holstered it. Just held it loosely at his side. Watching her. Maya backed up until her legs hit the crumpled hood of her car. Nowhere to go. No exit. Just him and the gun and the blood on his shoes. Please, she whispered.
Please don't hurt
The word
me.
came out broken.
I'm
Desperate.
begging you, please.
Please don't. Who's chasing you? The question was so unexpected she actually stopped breathing for a second. What? You drove through a steel door at 80 miles an hour. You're bleeding. Barefoot. Wearing pajamas. Someone's chasing you. He tilted his head slightly. Who? No one. I got lost. Wrong turn. I didn't mean to. I didn't see the door. I'm so sorry. I'll pay for damages. Don't lie to me. The tone. The authority. The expectation of obedience. It was Marcus's voice coming from a stranger's mouth. Maya flinched. Full body. Arms coming up to protect her face. Instinct. Muscle memory from 6 years of learning what happened when Marcus used that tone. I'm sorry, she said. Automatic. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll go. I won't tell anyone. I promise. Please just let me. She tried to move past him. He stepped into her path. Not threatening. Not aggressive. Just blocking her exit. Maya screamed. Backed against the car. Arms up. Covering her head. Protecting her face. Waiting for the blow. Don't hurt me. Please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll do anything. Just please don't. I'm not going to hurt you. That's what he says. Her voice was high. Panicked. That's what he always says right before. She couldn't finish. Couldn't breathe. The warehouse was spinning. Her vision was tunneling. Panic attack. She knew the signs. Had them often enough. But knowing didn't make them stop. The man did something unexpected. He put his gun away. Holstered it. Then he crouched down. Got on her level. Made himself smaller. Less threatening. But he didn't come closer. Stayed exactly where he was. Giving her space. Look at me, he said. Soft. Careful. I need you to look at me. She couldn't. If she looked, he'd see her weakness. See how scared she was. And scared things got hurt. Your husband hit you. Not a question. A statement. Maya nodded. Barely. You ran. He's looking for you. And you don't have anywhere to go. Another nod. I'm going to ask you one question. I need an honest answer. She waited. Trembling. Expecting the worst. If I let you leave right now, where will you go? The question hung in the air between them. Where would she go? Back to Marcus? He'd kill her. Her mother lived in Chicago. 2,000 miles away. And Maya had no phone. No money. No shoes. No way to get there. A shelter? Marcus would check every one within 100 miles. A friend's house? What friends? Marcus had made sure she had none. Nowhere, Maya whispered. I have nowhere to go. Then you'll stay with me. Just tonight. I have an apartment. It's safe. You can sleep. Figure out your next move tomorrow. Why? The word came out strangled. Why would you help me? Because 6 years ago my mother looked exactly like you do right now. Terrified. Bleeding. Ready to run. And if someone had offered her a safe place that night instead of turning her away, maybe she would have left my father sooner. His jaw tightened. Maybe she would have had more than 10 good years. Maya stared at him. This man. This killer. This monster with blood on his shoes and a body count she probably didn't want to know. He'd just compared her to his mother. I don't know you, she said. No, you don't. You could be worse than him. I could be. You could hurt me. Kill me. Make me disappear. I could do all of that. He stood slowly. Offered his hand. My name is Vincenzo Moretti. And I give you my word. I will not hurt you. You're safe with me. At least for tonight. Maya looked at his hand. Large. Strong. Blood under the nails. A killer's hand. But Marcus's hands were always clean. Manicured. Perfect. And they'd almost killed her 3 times. Maybe monster hands were safer than clean ones. Maybe the devil you could see was better than the one who hid behind a smile. She took his hand. His car was a Mercedes. Black. Leather interior. It smelled like expensive cologne and old money. Classical music played softly from the speakers. Vivaldi. Maya recognized it from the 1 year Marcus had let her take music appreciation at the community college before he'd decided education was making her uppity. She sat pressed against the passenger door, as far from Vincenzo as physics would allow. Every muscle tense, ready to run, ready to fight, ready to do whatever it took to survive. He drove carefully. Turn signals. Full stops. Staying exactly at the speed limit. Like he wasn't a man who'd just executed someone. Like this was a normal Tuesday night. Not 3 a.m. with a bleeding stranger in his car. Every time he moved, Maya flinched. When he shifted gears. When he adjusted the rearview mirror. When he reached for the water bottle in the cup holder. Each movement sent her body into high alert. Waiting for the violence. Waiting for the moment the mask dropped, and he showed her who he really was. He noticed. She could tell by the way he started announcing his movements. I'm going to turn left here. Reaching for my phone. It's ringing. Just adjusting the temperature. You're shivering. The call was in Italian. Rapid fire. Harsh consonants. Maya didn't speak Italian, but she understood tone. Authority. Command. This was a man who gave orders and expected them to be followed. People feared him. She could hear it in the way whoever was on the other end kept saying, "Si, capo," over and over. Capo. Boss. Maya made herself smaller in the seat. Vincenzo ended the call. Glanced at her. "You're bleeding." She touched her temple. Her fingers came away red. "I'm fine." "No, you're not. And your feet. There's glass in them." Maya looked down. Blood on the floor mat. Dark. Spreading. She hadn't even noticed. Shock was a powerful anesthetic. "I'll take care of it when we get to the apartment," Vincenzo said. "You don't have to." "Yes. I do." Not an offer. A statement. Like her well-being was now his responsibility whether she wanted it or not. Was this how it started? The control? The decisions being made for her own good? Marcus had been like this too. In the beginning, they drove through downtown. Streets empty. Buildings dark. The city was asleep. Peaceful. Unaware that somewhere in a warehouse, a man had died tonight. Unaware that Maya was driving through it with his killer. "What's your name?" Vincenzo asked. Maya hesitated. Giving her name meant he could track her. Find her. Tell Marcus where she was. But what choice did she have? He'd saved her. Given her a ride. Was taking her somewhere safe. The least she could do was give him her name. "Maya. Maya." He said it slowly. Testing it. "You can sleep if you want. We have about 20 minutes. "I can't sleep." "Can't or won't?" "Both." He didn't push. Just drove. Gave her the silence to think. To process. To try to figure out if she'd just made the best decision of her life or the worst. She watched him from the corner of her eye. Mid-30s probably. Dark hair. Strong profile. Expensive suit that probably cost more than Maya's entire wardrobe. Hands relaxed on the steering wheel. Confidence. Control. The kind of man who was always the most dangerous person in any room. But he'd crouched down for her. Made himself smaller. Less threatening. Given her space. Warned her before moving. Those weren't the actions of a man who wanted to hurt her. Or were they? Was this how predators worked? Lured you in with kindness before showing their teeth? "Why are you being nice to me?" Maya asked. "I'm not nice." "Then what is this?" He was quiet for a long moment. Then, "When I was 12, my mother finally left my father. Took me with her. We lived in a domestic violence shelter for 6 months. Shared a room with 2 other families. I watched my mother cry herself to sleep every night for the first month. Watched her jump at loud noises. Watched her flinch when men got too close. Watched her slowly remember who she was before my father broke her." Maya's throat tightened. She had 10 good years after that. Got her GED. Went to community college. Became a nurse. Remarried someone kind. Was happy. Really happy. He paused. Then she got cancer. Stage 4 by the time they found it. Dead in 6 months. "I'm sorry." "Don't be." She had 10 good years. That's more than a lot of people get. He glanced at her. "You remind me of her. That first night in the shelter. Terrified. Broken. But still fighting. Still breathing. Still refusing to give up." They pulled into an underground parking garage. Luxury building. The kind with doormen and security cameras and residents who definitely didn't want to know about the blood in Vincenzo's Mercedes. "We're here," he said. "I'm going to come around and open your door. Don't run. I'm just helping you out." He did exactly what he said. Opened her door. Offered his hand. Didn't grab her when she refused it. Didn't insist. Just stepped back. Gave her room. Maya tried to stand. Gasped. Her feet. The glass. Adrenaline was wearing off and pain was rushing in to fill the void. "I'm going to pick you up," Vincenzo said. "You can't walk like this. You'll shred your feet worse than they already are." "No. I can. You're bleeding through the bandages you don't have. Let me help." "I don't. I know you don't know me. I know you're scared. But you're hurting yourself trying to prove you're strong. You don't have to prove anything to me. I already know you're strong. Let me help you." Maya's eyes burned. When was the last time someone had said she was strong? Marcus called her weak. Pathetic. Useless. A burden. Had she ever been called strong? "If you pick me up, I'll scream," she said. "Then scream. Security won't stop you. But let me help." She nodded. Barely. More of a muscle twitch than actual agreement. Vincenzo picked her up like she weighed nothing. Cradled her against his chest. She went rigid. Every muscle locked. ready to fight, ready to hurt him if he tried anything. But he just carried her to the elevator, set her down inside gently, pressed the button for the penthouse. Top floor, he said. Secure. No one can get in without a key, a code, and a retinal scan. Maya watched the numbers climb, wondering if she'd made a terrible mistake, wondering if this was how people disappeared, trusting the wrong person at the wrong time. The doors opened. His apartment was nothing like she expected. She'd pictured something cold, dark, threatening, a villain's lair from a movie. But this was warm, modern, floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city. Soft lighting, books everywhere, art on the walls, plants in the corners. It looked like someone actually lived here. Not just existed. Lived. Guest room is down that hall. First door on the right. Bathroom attached. I'll bring the first aid kit. Maya didn't move. Couldn't. Fear had nailed her feet to the floor. Vincenzo saw it. Understood. My bedroom is on the other end of the apartment. As far from the guest room as possible. If you need anything, knock. Otherwise, I won't bother you. You're safe here, Maya. I promise. He walked away. Disappeared down the opposite hallway. Left her standing there alone. In his home. Bleeding. Terrified. But alive. For the first time in 6 years, she wasn't going home to Marcus. That had to count for something. Right? Maya didn't sleep. Couldn't. She sat on the guest bed with all the lights on and the door locked and her back against the headboard. Ready to run at the first sign of danger. Every sound made her jump. The heating system kicking on. The elevator in the hall. Cars on the street below. Her own breathing. Around 7 in the morning, there was a knock. Maya's heart stopped. It's Vincenzo, came the voice through the door. I have coffee and a first aid kit. I'm leaving them outside your door. You don't have to see me if you don't want to. Footsteps retreated. Disappeared. Maya waited. 5 minutes. 10. Making sure he was really gone. Finally, she unlocked the door. Opened it a crack. Peeked out. Coffee in a travel mug. Still steaming. First aid kit beside it. And a note written in neat handwriting. You need to remove the glass and clean the wounds. If you won't let me help, please do it yourself. Infection is dangerous. V. She took the items inside. Locked the door again. The coffee mug had cream and sugar packets taped to it. He didn't know how she took her coffee, so he'd given her options. Let her choose. Control. Marcus controlled everything. What she ate. What she wore. How she fixed her coffee. Every detail of her life was his decision. But this stranger, this killer, was giving her choices. Maya fixed the coffee. 2 creams. 2 sugars. Exactly how she liked it. Exactly how Marcus never let her make it, because too much sugar will make you fat, and I didn't marry a fat woman. It tasted like freedom. She sat on the bathroom floor with the first aid kit. Used the tweezers. Started pulling glass from her feet. It hurt. God, it hurt. She bit down on a towel to keep from screaming. Didn't want Vincenzo to hear. Didn't want him to know how weak she was. 11 pieces. Some tiny. Some big enough she could see bone. Each one sent white-hot pain shooting up her legs. She cleaned the wounds with alcohol. Bit through the towel. Wrapped them in bandages. Cried the entire time. Not from pain. From exhaustion. From fear. From the absolute insanity of her situation. 24 hours ago, she'd been in her bed. In her home. In her prison. And now she was here. In a stranger's apartment. A killer's apartment. Pulling glass from her feet and trying to figure out how her life had become this. When she finally emerged 2 hours later, there was food outside her door. Toast. Scrambled eggs. Fruit. Orange juice. Another note. You need to eat. I won't bother you. V. Maya ate. Realized she was starving. When was the last time she'd eaten? Yesterday morning? The day before? Marcus controlled her food. Too fat. Too thin. Eat this. Not that. Every meal was a negotiation. A test. A way to prove her worth. This food had no strings attached. No judgment. Just nourishment. She ate everything. Day 2. Night. Maya had been in the apartment for almost 40 hours. Hadn't seen Vincenzo once. Just notes and food and coffee appearing outside her door like magic. She decided to take a shower. The guest bathroom was beautiful. Marble. Rainfall showerhead. Expensive soaps and shampoos. She stood under the hot water and let it wash away the blood. The fear. The exhaustion. For a moment, she felt almost human again. Then she heard it. A door closing. Footsteps in the hall. He's coming. He's been patient, but now he's coming. Now he's going to show you who he really is. Now you'll pay for his kindness. Panic hit like a freight train. The shower was too small. Too hot. Can't breathe. Can't think. Can't move. Trapped. Walls closing in. Vision going black. Hyperventilating. Gasping. Dying. She was dying. Pounding on the bathroom door. No, 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 no. Maya, are you okay? I heard. She couldn't answer. Couldn't speak. Just gasping. Drowning on dry land. I'm coming in. Don't be scared. Just making sure you're not hurt. The door opened. She was on the shower floor. Curled up. Water beating down. Gasping like a fish on dry land. Vincenzo didn't hesitate. Turned off the water. Grabbed a towel. Wrapped it around her without looking. Without touching her skin. Keeping his eyes averted. Preserving her dignity. You're having a panic attack, he said. Calm. Steady. I need you to breathe with me. Can you do that? She couldn't. Lungs wouldn't work. Brain wouldn't cooperate. Just panic and terror and the absolute certainty that she was going to die right here on this bathroom floor. Look at me, Maya. Eyes on me. She forced herself to look. His eyes were brown. Calm. Not angry. Not violent. Not hungry. Just present. Steady. An anchor in the storm. In through your nose. 4 counts. Hold it. Out through your mouth. 8 counts. Watch me. He demonstrated. Slow. Deliberate. In. Hold. Out. She tried. Failed. Tried again. Good. Again. In. Hold. Out. You're doing great. Stay with me. It took 10 minutes. Maybe longer. But slowly, her lungs remembered how to work. The panic receded. The world came back into focus. When she could finally breathe again, Vincenzo was sitting outside the shower. Back against the wall. Giving her space. Not looking at her. Staring at the ceiling. Better, he asked. She nodded. Couldn't speak yet. Throat raw. This happened to my mother. Panic attacks. For 2 years after she left my father. I learned how to talk her through them. How to be present without being threatening. How to help without making it worse. I'm sorry, Maya managed. Don't be. It's not weakness. It's your body trying to protect you from trauma. It'll get better. Takes time. Therapy helps. But time helps more. He stood. Headed for the door. Wait, she said. Voice hoarse. He stopped. Didn't turn around. Thank you. You don't need to thank me. Yes. I do. You didn't have to help. You could have left me there. But you didn't. Why? He was quiet for a long moment. Then, you drove through a steel door to escape. You pulled glass out of your own feet rather than ask for help. You've survived 6 years with a man who tried to kill you, and you're still here. Still breathing. Still fighting. You're the strongest person I've ever met, Maya. You just don't see it yet. He left before she could respond. Maya sat there. In the shower. Wrapped in a towel. And cried. Really cried. Not from fear or pain. From relief. From being seen. From being called strong for the first time and longer than she could remember. Day 5. Morning. Maya finally left her room. Vincenzo was in the kitchen. Making coffee. He didn't look up when she entered. Didn't make a big deal of it. Just poured a second cup. Slid it across the counter with the cream and sugar. She fixed it. Sat at the island. Far enough away that she could run if she needed to. Close enough to be social. He made eggs. Toast. Bacon. Didn't ask if she was hungry. Just made enough for 2. Plated it. Slid hers across. They ate in silence. Not uncomfortable. Just quiet. Learning each other's rhythms. You work from home? Maya asked. Mostly. I have businesses that require attention. Construction. Restaurants. Real estate. But I handle most things remotely. And the other thing? What I interrupted. That was different business. The kind I'm trying to leave behind. Can you leave? People like you. People like me. He smiled. It wasn't happy. What do you think people like me are? Dangerous. Yes. Violent. Yes. Killers. Yes. She stared at him. He didn't look away. Didn't flinch. Just met her gaze with complete honesty. But you haven't hurt me, she said. No. Why? Because some lines I won't cross. Hurting someone who's already been hurt is one of them. Do you have a lot of lines? Not as many as I should. More than I used to. I'm working on it. She believed him. Didn't know why. But she did. Maybe because he was honest about what he was. No pretending. No masks. Just truth. Brutal and uncomfortable and real. How long can I stay? She asked. As long as you need. What if it's weeks? Then weeks. Months. Then months. Why would you do that? He didn't answer right away. Drank his coffee. Looked out the window at the city below. I'm tired, he said finally. Tired of the life. Tired of the violence. Tired of being the monster everyone thinks I am. And when you crashed through that door, terrified and bleeding and still fighting, it reminded me that not everyone stays broken. Some people survive. Some people get out. I've been trying to get out for 7 years. It's harder than it looks. What's stopping you? Loyalty. Blood. Fear. The usual traps. Maya understood those traps intimately. She'd lived in them for 6 years. Can I ask you something? She said. Anything. The man you killed. That night. Why? He betrayed my family. Got my cousin killed. Sold information to our enemies. There are rules in my world. He broke them. Do you regret it? No. The honesty was startling. Most people would lie. Say they regretted it. That they had no choice. But Vincenzo just told her the truth. He'd killed a man and he didn't regret it. Should that scare her? Does that frighten you? He asked. Like he could read her mind. She thought about it. Really thought. No. You're honest about what you are. That's more than most people. Most people meaning your husband. Ex-husband. Or he will be. Once I figure out how to. She stopped. Couldn't finish. Because how did you divorce a man who'd never let you go? Marcus had made that clear. She was his. Forever. Death was the only escape. Except she'd found another escape. A car crash. A warehouse. A killer with kind eyes and careful hands. He won't let you go easily, Vincenzo said. No. He never does. I tried to leave twice before. He found me both times. Dragged me back. Made sure I knew what happened to wives who abandoned their husbands. He won't find you here. How can you be sure? Because no one knows you're here. And I'm very good at keeping secrets. Day 7. Evening. Maya was cleaning up after dinner. Vincenzo had cooked. She'd insisted on dishes. When she saw them. Her clothes from the crash. Still in the guest room. Still bloody. Still torn. She picked through them. Looking for what? Evidence? Proof this was real? The USB drive fell out of her pajama pocket. She'd forgotten. The night Marcus tried to kill her, she'd grabbed this first. Before the keys. Before anything. Her insurance policy. Her escape plan. Her evidence. 6 years of collecting. Bank statements. Transactions. Emails. Text messages. Proof of everything Marcus was doing. Everything he thought she was too stupid to notice. She'd been planning to take it to the police. Or a lawyer. Or someone. Eventually. When she was brave enough. When she'd saved enough money. When she had somewhere to run to. But she'd never gotten brave enough. Never saved enough. Never had anywhere to go. Until she'd crashed through a steel door and found an unexpected sanctuary. Maya stared at the drive. Hands shaking. Vincenzo knocked. She jumped. Still couldn't help it. Sorry, he said through the door. I heard something. Are you okay? She opened the door. Showed him the drive. I need to use a computer. He didn't ask questions. Just took her to his office. Set her up. Left her alone. Maya plugged in the drive. Opened the files. And there it was. Everything. Marcus's bank accounts. Offshore accounts. Shell companies. Money laundering. Millions of dollars moving through fake businesses. Payments from names she didn't recognize. Transactions that made no sense for a legitimate investment banker. And then she saw a name that made her blood run cold. Viktor Petrov. Vincenzo. Her voice came out strangled. He appeared in the doorway. What's wrong? You need to see this. He came over. Looked at the screen. His face hardened. That's Viktor Petrov. Who? Russian mob. They control half the city. Drugs. Weapons. Human trafficking. Everything the rest of us won't touch. And according to this, he scrolled through the files. Your husband has been laundering their money for 6 years. Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. That's not possible, Maya whispered. Marcus is a banker. Legitimate. He works for Whitmore and Associates. They have offices downtown. Was he? Or was that just the cover story? The respectable job that explained the money. Maya thought back. The late nights Marcus said were client meetings. The phone calls he took in his office with the door locked. The business trips to Miami, Las Vegas, Los Angeles. The way he always had cash. Always. Even when the banks were closed. Oh my God. This changes things, Vincenzo said quietly. How? Your husband isn't just an abuser. He's connected to my enemies. The Petrovs and my family have been at war for 3 years. They've been trying to move into our territory. Take our businesses. Kill our people. If they find out you're here, if they find out you have this information, they'll kill me. He didn't deny it. Maya laughed. It wasn't funny. Nothing about this was funny. I finally escape, and I'm more trapped than ever. You're not trapped. You're protected. What's the difference? I'm choosing to keep you safe. Your husband kept you prisoner. Those aren't the same thing. She wanted to believe that. Desperately wanted to believe there was a difference between protection and imprisonment. But after 6 years, the line felt blurry. What do we do? She asked. We think. We plan. We don't do anything stupid. Is keeping me here stupid? Probably. But I've done stupider things for worse reasons. Day 10. 2 a.m. Maya woke to the sound of breaking glass. Not in the apartment. In the building. But close. Too close. Alarms shrieked. Red lights flashed. Emergency lighting kicked on. Vincenzo burst through her door. Gun in hand. Dressed. Ready. Get dressed. Now. We have maybe 2 minutes. What's happening? Your husband. He found us. He's downstairs with at least 8 men. They're coming up. The world tilted. How? How did he find? I don't know. But we don't have time. Get dressed. We're leaving. Maya's hands shook so hard she could barely pull on jeans. Shirt. Shoes. She grabbed nothing else. Just moved. Survival mode. Vincenzo led her to his bedroom. To his closet. Pressed something on the wall. A panel slid open. Hidden door. Panic room. In here. There's a ladder. Goes down to the parking garage. Black SUV. Keys in the ignition. If I don't come down in 5 minutes, you drive. Don't stop. Don't look back. There's cash in the glove box. Enough to get you wherever you need to go. I'm not leaving you. You are if I tell you to. Vincenzo. The elevator dinged. Someone was on their floor. Go. Now. He pushed her into the panic room. Closed the door. She heard it lock from the outside. Through the door, she heard everything. Footsteps. Multiple people. Furniture breaking. Glass shattering. Where is she? Marcus's voice. Cold. Controlled. Furious. The voice she knew intimately. The one that preceded violence. Who? Vincenzo. Calm. Unbothered. My wife. I know she's here. Someone talked. One of your men. They're not as loyal as you think. There's no one here but me. Then you won't mind if we search. Sounds of struggle. Grunting. Bodies hitting walls. Then gunshots. 3, 4, 5. So loud Maya clapped her hands over her ears and screamed into her palms. More shouting. More breaking. More gunfire. Then silence. Maya waited. 5 minutes. 10. 15. Each second an eternity. The panic room door opened. Vincenzo stood there, bleeding from his shoulder. Shirt torn. Limping. But alive. They're gone, he said. For now. You're hurt. Flesh wound. We need to move. They'll be back with reinforcements once they regroup. Who's they? Your husband brought the Petrovs. This isn't just about you anymore. This is war. He took her hand, led her down the ladder, through the parking garage, to a different car. Armored. Black. Windows tinted so dark she couldn't see out. They drove fast. Out of the city. Into the countryside. No headlights following. Not yet. Maya couldn't stop shaking. He found me. He always finds me. Not this time. You don't know him. He doesn't stop. He doesn't quit. He'll burn the world down to get me back. Not because he loves me. Because I'm his. His possession. His property. And Marcus doesn't let anyone take what's his. Then let him try. Because I'll burn the world down first. She looked at him. Blood seeping through his shirt. Jaw set. Eyes hard. Knuckles white on the steering wheel. This man, this stranger who'd become her safety, was willing to die for her. When had anyone ever been willing to die for her? Why? She whispered. Why are you doing this? Because I'm tired of people like your husband winning. Tired of women like you thinking you deserve what he did to you. Tired of the world being a place where monsters thrive and survivors have to hide. He glanced at her. And because when I look at you, I see someone worth fighting for. Maybe the first person in a long time who's worth anything. Maya's chest tightened. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. Welcome to my world. They drove for 2 hours. Ended up at a cabin. Middle of nowhere. Woods on all sides. His family's property, he said. Secure. Off the grid. No one knew about it except his inner circle. Except someone in his inner circle had just betrayed him. So how safe were they really? Inside, the cabin was rustic but comfortable. Fireplace. Kitchen. 1 bedroom. Couch. It would do. It had to. Maya found the first aid kit. Made Vincenzo sit. Started cleaning his wound. Her hands shook. Blood soaked through the gauze. You need a doctor. Can't. They'll be watching hospitals. Clinics. Anywhere I might go. You'll get infected. I've survived worse. She didn't doubt it. This is my fault. No. It's not. I brought this into your life. Marcus. The Petrovs. All of it. You should have just let me go that first night. Let me crash and burn on my own. Instead you saved me and now. And now I have a reason to burn it all down. The life. The violence. The endless cycle of blood for blood. I've wanted out for 7 years. Maybe this is the push I needed. His phone rang. He looked at the screen. Answered. Spoke in rapid Italian. His voice changed. Went cold. Hard. Then quiet. Dangerously quiet. He hung up. What is it? Maya asked. Luca. My second in command. The man I trusted more than anyone. He's the one who gave up our location. Why? Money. Your husband paid him $2 million. Petrov matched it. For $1 million to betray me. He laughed. Bitter. I should have known. Everyone has a price. His was just higher than I thought. I'm sorry. Don't be. This isn't your fault. It's mine. I trusted the wrong person. Got comfortable. Forgot that in my world, loyalty only lasts as long as someone's bank account. What happens now? Now I make a decision. Do I forgive him? Or do I send a message? Maya understood what he was really asking. Do I let this go? Or do I have him killed? I can't tell you what to do, she said. No, but I'm curious what you think. You've seen both sides now. The violence. The consequences. If you were me, what would you do? She thought about it. Really thought. If you let him live, he'll do it again. To you or someone else. And someone will die because you showed mercy. But if you have him killed, you become exactly what you're trying to leave behind. So I guess the question is, who do you want to be? The man who shows mercy? Or the man who survives? Vincenzo stared at her. You're not what I expected. What did you expect? Someone who needed saving. Someone fragile. Someone who'd tell me not to kill him because all life is sacred or some shit. He smiled. Sad. But you understand. You know, sometimes survival requires terrible choices. 6 years with Marcus taught me that lesson. He made the call. Short. Final. Just 3 words in Italian. When he hung up, his hands were shaking. Did you just? Yes. How do you feel? Like I'm 13 again. Watching my father beat my mother. Knowing I should stop him. Knowing if I try, he'll kill me. Choosing survival over heroism. Hating myself for it. Maya moved closer. Sat beside him. Took his shaking hands in hers. You're not your father. How do you know? Because your father would have killed me that first night. You saved me instead. That's the difference. He looked at their joined hands. Hers small and brown and soft. His large and pale and scarred. You're not afraid of me. Should I be? Most people are. I'm not most people. I've lived with real fear for 6 years. Slept next to a man who might kill me in my sleep. Walked on eggshells waiting for the blow. You're not scary. You're honest. And honesty is less frightening than Marcus's smile ever was. They sat there. In the cabin. In the middle of nowhere. While somewhere in the city, a man who'd betrayed them was meeting his end. While somewhere else, Marcus and the Petrovs were planning their next move. While the world outside burned and bled and broke. But in here, for just a moment, there was peace. Day 12. Dawn. Vincenzo's phone rang. He listened. His face went blank. Not angry. Not surprised. Just empty. He hung up. They're coming. 1 hour. Maybe less. How did they? They tracked the SUV. I should have known. Petrov doesn't leave loose ends. Maya stood. Then we run. There's nowhere left to run. They'll track us again. And again. Until we're dead or caught. Then what do we do? I have a plan. But you're not going to like it. He explained. Simple. Clean. Suicidal. He'd turn himself in. Give the Petrovs what they wanted, him and his territory. In exchange, they'd let Maya go. New identity. New life. Somewhere far away where Marcus could never find her. Free. No. Maya's voice was hard. Absolutely not. It's the only way. It's suicide. They'll kill you the moment you surrender. Probably. But you'll be safe. That's what matters. I won't let you. You don't have a choice. Yes. I do. And I choose no. You don't get to save me by dying. That's not saving. That's martyrdom. That's you deciding my life is worth more than yours, and I'm telling you right now it's not. We're equal. My life isn't worth your death. Maya. No. Listen to me. I spent 6 years believing I was worthless. That my life didn't matter. That I deserved everything Marcus did to me. You spent the last 12 days teaching me I was wrong. Teaching me I was strong. That I mattered. You don't get to turn around now and tell me my life is worth your death. Because if my life matters, so does yours. Then what do you suggest? Because in about 55 minutes, 20 armed men are going to surround this cabin. We have 2 guns and a box of ammunition. The math doesn't work. Then we fight. Against 20 men? We'll die. Then we die together. But I'm not letting you sacrifice yourself for me. I've been someone's possession for 6 years. I won't be someone's martyr now. We're partners or we're nothing. Choose. He stared at her. This woman who'd crashed through a door 12 days ago. Broken. Terrified. Barely able to speak without flinching. Now she was standing in front of him. Back straight. Eyes clear. Demanding equality. Demanding partnership. Demanding to be seen as more than something to be protected. When did you get so brave? He asked. When I met you. They heard engines. Trucks. Multiple vehicles. Coming fast. Too late to run, Vincenzo said. So we make our stand here. He handed her a gun. Do you know how to use this? Marcus taught me. Then took it away when he realized I might use it on him one day. If they get past me, they won't. But if they do, I know. I won't let them take me alive. I'd rather die free than live as his prisoner. I made that choice the night I crashed through your door. He cupped her face. Gentle. Reverent. I'm sorry. For all of this. For dragging you deeper into my world. For not being able to protect you better. I'm not. Because of you, I got to feel safe. Got to feel strong. Got to feel, she stopped. Swallowed. Got to feel loved. You are. Loved. By me. Completely. I know it's only been 12 days. I know this is insane. But I love you, Maya. I love your strength. Your courage. The way you survived when anyone else would have broken. I love that you see me, really see me, and you're not afraid. I love you too. She kissed him. Hard. Desperate. Final. Pouring everything into it. Every word she'd never gotten to say. Every feeling she'd never gotten to express. Every moment she'd never thought she'd have. When they pulled apart, both were crying. If we survive this, she started. When we survive this, he corrected. When we survive this, we leave. Together. Far away. Start over. Build something new. Something clean. Something ours. Promise. Promise. The windows exploded. Glass everywhere. Bullets tearing through wood. Smoke grenades. Chaos. They fought back. Vincenzo trained for this his whole life. Maya learned fast. Aimed center mass. Squeezed. Didn't close her eyes. Didn't hesitate. Survival mode fully activated. But there were too many. They were surrounded. Outgunned. Out of ammunition. The door kicked open. Men poured in. Guns raised. They were done. It was over. Then Marcus walked through the door. He looked different than Maya remembered. Thinner. Harder. Eyes colder. Like the mask had finally come off completely, and this was who he'd always been underneath. The monster wearing her husband's face. Hello, wife. Maya raised her empty gun. Bluff. Pure bluff. It's over, Marcus said. You had your fun. Played house with your criminal. Now it's time to come home. I'd rather die. That can be arranged. He aimed his gun. Not at her. At Vincenzo. No. Maya stepped in front of him. Human shield. Body blocking the shot. Move, Maya. No. I'll kill him. Then I'll kill you. And I'll enjoy every second of it. Then do it. Because I'm not going back. Not to you. Not to that life. Never again. Marcus's mask cracked. Just slightly. Fury bleeding through. I gave you everything. A home. Money. Status. A life most women would kill for. And you threw it away for some criminal who'll throw you away the moment he's bored. You gave me nothing. You took everything. My freedom. My friends. My joy. My sense of self. My ability to trust. My ability to love. You took it all and gave me pain in return. Bruises covered with makeup. Lies covered with smiles. A prison covered with pretty wallpaper. That's what you gave me. And I'm taking it all back. You think he loves you? He's using you. Just like everyone uses you. You're nothing. You'll always be nothing. Maybe. But I'd rather be nothing with him than everything with you. She pulled a gun from behind her back. Vincenzo's backup. Hidden in her waistband. She aimed it at Marcus's chest. Steady. Unwavering. The gun that had trembled in her hands 12 days ago now held firm. Leave. Now. Take your men. Take the Petrovs. Leave us alone. Or I will kill you. And before you ask if I have the guts, yes. Yes, I do. Because you've been killing me slowly for 6 years. Might as well return the favor. Marcus looked at her. Really looked. Saw something he'd never seen before. Strength. Resolve. The absolute certainty that she would pull that trigger. For the first time in 6 years, Marcus looked uncertain. Maybe even afraid. Sirens. In the distance. Getting closer. Police. Lots of them. Vincenzo's men had called in an anonymous tip. Bodies. Gunfire. Coordinates. Everything. Marcus realized he was trapped. He could kill them. But he'd go to prison. Die in a cell. Or he could run. Live to fight another day. He chose survival. Just like he always did. This isn't over, Maya. I'll find you. I always do. Let him try, Vincenzo said. Standing beside her. Blood-soaked. Wounded. But unbroken. Because I'll be waiting. And next time, I won't show mercy. Marcus ran. His men followed. Scattered like cockroaches when the lights came on. Police arrived 5 minutes later. Found Maya and Vincenzo. Alive. Together. Surrounded by evidence. Maya told them everything. 6 years of abuse. The escape. The crash. The USB drive with 6 years of evidence against Marcus and his connections to the Petrovs. Every transaction. Every crime. Every victim. She handed them the drive. Watched their faces change as they scrolled through files. Saw the moment they realized what they had. A case that would bring down one of the biggest money laundering operations in the city. Maybe the state. Marcus was arrested at the airport 3 hours later. Trying to flee to the Cayman Islands with $4 million in cash and a fake passport. They found him because Maya had included his escape plan in the files. He told her about it once. Drunk. Boasting. Thinking she was too stupid to remember. Too weak to use it against him. He'd underestimated her. They all had. The Petrovs were indicted 2 weeks later. RICO charges. Conspiracy. Money laundering. Racketeering. The whole organization. Dozens of arrests. The war Vincenzo had been fighting for 3 years ended. Not with bullets. With paperwork. It was over. Really over. 6 months later, Maya woke in a small house. White walls. Blue shutters. The sound of waves against rocks. Greece. A tiny village on the coast where no one knew their names and no one asked questions. Vincenzo was already awake. In the kitchen. Making coffee. The scar on his shoulder had faded. Turned white. A reminder of the night they'd almost died. The night they'd chosen to live instead. Morning, she said. He turned. Smiled. The real smile. Not the one he used with his men. Not the one he used to intimidate. The genuine one he saved just for her. Morning. Coffee. Always. She fixed it herself. 2 creams. 2 sugars. Exactly how she liked it. Exactly how she'd always liked it. No one controlling her choices. No one monitoring her sugar intake. Just her. Making her own decisions. Living her own life. They sat on the porch. Watched the sun rise over the Mediterranean. The world was waking up. Boats in the harbor. Fishermen heading out. Life continuing. Beautiful and mundane and perfect. Do you miss it? Maya asked. The life. The power. The money. Sometimes. Mostly I miss the control. Knowing I could fix problems with a phone call. Knowing people feared me enough to leave me alone. He sipped his coffee. But then I remember the cost. The blood. The sleepless nights. The constant looking over my shoulder. And I realize I don't miss it at all. I miss who I thought I was. Not who I actually was. Who are you now? I don't know yet. Still figuring it out. But I know I'm better than I was. Happier. Lighter. Like I've been carrying weight for so long I forgot what it felt like to stand up straight. You did that. You showed me there was another way. You did the same for me. They sat in comfortable silence, not needing to fill it with words. Just being. Together. Alive. Free. Vincenzo taught cooking classes now. 3 times a week. In the village. Using his grandmother's recipes. Teaching locals and tourists how to make pasta from scratch. Bread. Sauces. Simple food done well. He'd found peace in it. In creating instead of destroying. In feeding people instead of hurting them. Maya worked remotely. Accounting for small businesses. Nonprofits. Organizations that needed help but couldn't afford big firms. She used the skills Marcus had always said were worthless. Turned them into something meaningful. Something good. They weren't rich. Not anymore. Vincenzo had liquidated everything. Paid off debts. Set up trusts for the families of people who died in his war with the Petrovs. Donated the rest to domestic violence shelters. Started over with almost nothing. But nothing felt like everything when you had someone to share it with. Any regrets? Maya asked. About leaving? About all of it. The life. The violence. Saving me. Loving me. Running away. All of it. He thought about it. Really thought. I regret that it took you crashing through a door for me to wake up. I regret that I needed someone else's pain to recognize my own. I regret the people I hurt before I figured out there was another way. He looked at her. But you? Saving you? Loving you? Running away with you? No. No regrets there. You're the best decision I ever made. Even though we almost died? Especially because we almost died. Death has a way of showing you what matters. And you matter. More than anything else ever has. Maya leaned her head on his shoulder. Felt his arm come around her. Secure. Safe. Home. What if they come back? She asked. What if Marcus gets out? What if the Petrovs send someone? What if? Then we'll deal with it. Together. But until then we get to have this. This house. This life. This peace. We earned it. Both of us. We fought for it. Bled for it. Nearly died for it. We don't have to apologize for wanting to enjoy it. I love you, she said. I love you too. More than I thought I was capable of. More than I knew was possible. You taught me that love isn't possession. It's not control. It's partnership. Equality. Choosing each other every day even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. They sat there. On their porch. Watching the sun climb higher. Turning the sea from black to blue to gold. A new day. A new life. A new beginning. The world would keep turning. Marcus would serve his sentence. The Petrovs would be replaced by someone else. Violence would continue. Crime would continue. Suffering would continue. But here, in this tiny village on the coast of Greece, 2 broken people had found each other. Had chosen each other. Had fought for each other. And in doing so, had become whole. Maybe that didn't fix the world. Maybe it didn't even make a dent. But it fixed them. And sometimes fixing yourself is revolution enough. Maya closed her eyes. Breathed in salt air and coffee and Vincenzo's cologne. Felt the sun on her face. Warm. Gentle. Healing. For 6 years, she'd believed she deserved the pain. Believed she was too weak to leave. Believed she'd die in that house, in that marriage, in that prison of pretty walls and broken bones. She'd been wrong. She'd driven through a steel door. Crashed into a stranger's execution. Found safety in the most dangerous arms. Learned that love wasn't supposed to hurt. That strength wasn't something you proved. That surviving was enough. That she was enough. And now she was here. Alive. Free. Loved. Living a life she'd never thought possible with a man who'd shown her that monsters could become men and men could choose to be good. It wasn't a fairy tale. There was no magic. No happily ever after guarantee. Just 2 imperfect people choosing each other every day. Working through trauma. Healing together. Building something new from the ashes of their old lives. But maybe that was better than a fairy tale. Because it was real. Hard one. Earned through blood and tears and 12 days that changed everything. Maya opened her eyes. Looked at Vincenzo. This man who'd saved her. Who she'd saved in return. Thank you, she said. For what? For seeing me. Really seeing me. When I didn't even see myself. Thank you for showing me I could be more than the monster. That I could choose differently. That it's never too late to become who you were supposed to be. They kissed. Soft, sweet, tasting like coffee and salt air and second chances. Somewhere behind them, the past, the violence, the pain, the people they used to be, all of it fading. Not forgotten, never forgotten, but distant, less sharp, scars instead of open wounds. And ahead of them, the future, unknown, uncertain, but theirs, built on honesty and partnership and hard-won trust. A future they'd write together, one day at a time, one choice at a time, one moment at a time. The sun climbed higher. The village woke up. Life continued, beautiful and mundane and perfect. And on a porch overlooking the Mediterranean, two survivors held each other and watched the dawn. Grateful to be alive. Grateful to be free. Grateful to have found each other in the wreckage. Some collisions destroy you. Others save you. Theirs had done both. And from the ruins, they'd built something neither had thought possible. A home. A partnership. A love that didn't hurt. And that was enough. More than enough. That was everything.